Yo, what is up guys, Inferno3 here, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're going to be discussing the Pokemon Direct that came out, I think it was last night. No, it was actually today, technically, but because it was at 1:30 AM for me, but whatever. So yeah, as you know, new Pokemon Direct recently showed us that Pokemon Sword and Shield will be receiving an expansion pass as DLC, with 2 new stories to play, the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, which are 2 new areas added on to the Galar region. So these 2 new DLC packs will include new places to explore, brand new legendary Pokemon such as Comfu, Urshifu, and Calyrex, brand new Gigantamax Pokemon including Venusaur, Blastoise, Cinderace, Inteleon, and Rillaboom, also reintroducing 200 plus Pokemon that were initially cut from the game. Also, it appears we'll be getting new variants of the legendary birds Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, and also some kind of new Regiform, which is pretty cool. I also wanted to point out that the new Regis we've seen look like they'll be offensive counterparts to the original Regis, which were actually more focused on defense. As you know, Regice was special defense, Regirock was physical defense, and Registeel was both. And in regards to the legendary birds, it appears that they have some type and stat differences. I don't know for sure right now, obviously we don't know anything, but Zapdos actually looks like it could be more of a physical attacker, because, you know, it's got its claws, right, and it looks like it could be more physically oriented. But it looks like Moltres and Articuno will probably stay special because, you know, there's no real difference in their concept art is focusing more on special attacks. Also, all of them kind of look like dark types, but I'm not sure if they're actually going to be dark types and lose their flying typing, or it's just a design choice to be like, because they've all got some kind of like black or dark color scheme going on in there. With the trailer, they actually revealed Galarian Slowpoke, which you can actually get in your game right now. However, the 2 new evolutions to that are yet to be seen in full. New characters have also been revealed, such as the previous champion of Galar, Mustard, and your 2 new rivals, Avery and Clara, which are version exclusive for Sword and Shield. Also, the underground dens where you can find the legendaries was kind of reminding me of the underground from Diamond and Pearl, so maybe this is a reference to Diamond and Pearl, you know, in a way. So in the remakes you could use the Explorer Kit to access legendary dens underground. That's just an idea I was thinking they could probably do that. So time for the main part of this video, because you probably already knew, you know, all the stuff that happened in the Direct, because you've probably seen it. So with all this new content, has Game Freak saved Sword and Shield? Because if you've seen my review, Sword and Shield's definitely one of the weakest entries to the Pokemon franchise, like, by a long way. It's definitely down there. So I think in many ways, this DLC could save Sword and Shield, and it could possibly put it up there, you know, with some of the great Pokemon games. So let's talk about that. So first of all, one of the biggest problems that Sword and Shield had was that the region of Galar was very bland. You know, like all the routes were small, they were feeling rushed, and they felt like they were just put there so you'd have something to do and you weren't just going from city to city, you know, getting gyms. So these new areas will hopefully bring more life to the Galar region and actually provide some more interesting areas for the player to explore. Also, Game Freak have taken advantage of the success of the wild area by essentially creating 2 brand new wild areas for us to enjoy. Finally, the new expansion pass will add many new Pokemon which were initially cut from the Pokédex, which is somewhat fixing another one of Sword and Shield's biggest issues, which was the Dex cut. And I just want to say quickly that for everyone supporting Bring Back National Dex, this is really good for us. You know, Game Freak actually listened, and they're actually adding the Pokemon back, and that's definitely a good thing for everyone. However, things are not all positive, and I have a few things that I'd like to see improved going forward with these kind of releases. So the biggest issue for me is that the DLC is very expensive. Now, in my opinion, paying $30 US for this kind of expansion is actually a reasonable price. With the new areas, Pokemon, and gameplay, this actually makes sense. $30 is not too expensive. However, I'm saying that the DLC is expensive is because Sword and Shield themselves cost $60 in the first place. The reason this is an issue is because Sword and Shield did not deliver enough content to warrant the $20 price increase from previous titles, especially when we got the same amount of content that you would expect from a 3DS title, while also losing over 400 Pokemon. It's crazy to think that Game Freak would actually charge us more for this, but they did. Especially when Sword and Shield was evidently rushed, as seen through the unpolished graphics, many bugs, and the Dex cut. Having to pay extra for content that honestly could have been included in the main game if it was delayed a year, when we had to pay $60 US for the game in the first place, seems very greedy of Game Freak, and honestly, I think that Game Freak are better than that. My solution is that Game Freak go back to charging $40 for the base titles, or continue to charge the $60, but in return delay the games so that they can actually have more time put into them, making them worth the price. Thanks guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out my Discord and my Twitch. Everything's in the description, and my Twitter as well. And make sure to join that. Discord's a pretty fun place to be, so yep, I'll see you guys all in the next video.